Buenos días, muchachos. ¿Cómo están? It's me, Miss Tijerina, and I'm recording this video to teach you about the verbs in the past tense. But before I start, I want to tell you thank you for turning in all your work. Thank you for trying your best in the middle of this pandemic. In these moments, we have to keep the faith and always have hope that things will get better. I hope that you have peace in your soul and that you can keep hope alive, okay? And I'm going to start with the lesson. This is the first week of the six weeks, okay? So this lesson is going to be applied to the next grading cycle, which is our last 6 weeks of school, okay? El pretérito, or the past tense, and this is how we use it. It is used for actions that are considered to be completed in the past or can be viewed as single events. And these are examples. Fui al mercado y compré comida para la cena. Also, it's used when events are repeated a specific number of times. Te llamé por teléfono 3 veces anoche. And also events that occur during a specific period of time. Estudié por 5 horas ayer. And also events that were part of a chain of events. Me desperté, me lavé la cara, me sequé, y luego desayuné. And also events that state the beginning or end of an event. Empezó a llover. Okay? There are some phrases that trigger the use of these verbs in the past tense. And these are some of them. Ayer, anteayer, anoche, durante 2 siglos, el otro día, en ese momento, esta mañana, el lunes pasado. So that one, el lunes pasado, means last Monday, but of course it can be used with any day of the week. El año pasado, hace 2 días, hace 4 años, ayer por la mañana, ayer por la tarde. So any phrase that has that first word, ayer, which means yesterday, can be part of the past tense. Esta tarde, la semana pasada, o el mes pasado. And of course, there can be many other phrases that have a combination of any of these vocabulary words. So how do you conjugate the verbs in the past tense? We are going to be looking at only the regular verbs in the past, okay? Regular verbs that have the ending of ar, or ir. These are going to have the same endings that are here in this chart, okay? So on the left side, we have the pronouns. Yo, tú, él, ella, usted, nosotros, nosotras, vosotros, vosotras, ellos, ellas, y ustedes. And then for each of the verbs, the black font of the verbs, they tell you this is the stem of the verb, so this is the part that doesn't change. And the red font tells you this is the part that tells you, first of all, who is the one that is speaking, and also what is the tense of this verb. There are 2 pronouns that have an accent in the last vowel of the verb, and it's the pronoun yo, the pronoun él, ella, usted. Usually, when we conjugate these verbs, we group these 3 because they always have the same ending, okay? This first example of the verb that ends in AR is hablar, which means to speak. And so we conjugate it like this. Yo hablé, tú hablaste, él, ella habló, usted habló, nosotros, nosotras hablamos, vosotras, vosotras hablasteis, ellos, ellas hablaron, ustedes hablaron. And then we have the verb that ends in ER, comer, and the verb that ends in IR, vivir. These 2 forms have the same ending, so that's a good thing, okay? For comer, we conjugate it like this. Yo comí, tú comiste, él, ella comió, usted comió, nosotros, nosotras comimos, vosotros, vosotras comisteis, ellos, ellas comieron, ustedes comieron. Vivir means to live. Yo viví, tú viviste, él, ella vivió, usted vivió, nosotros, nosotras vivimos, vosotros, vosotras vivisteis, ellos, ellas vivieron, ustedes vivieron. So these have the same ending. And I'm gonna give you some examples here. So this is the usual way that we would conjugate the verbs in class. We have a T chart, and on the left side we have the verbs that are in singular form. Corrí, corriste, y corrió. It's for the pronoun yo corrí, tú corriste, and then these are grouped together, él, ella, usted. And on the right side we have the plural form of the pronouns, nosotros, nosotras, whisky, vosotros, and then we have ellos, ellas, ustedes. Okay, hablar, we just did hablar. And so I want to show you two examples of irregular verbs. You're not going to practice irregular verbs, but I want to show them to you because these are very common. And this is the first irregular verb, ir, which means to go. It changes completely. Yo fui, tú fuiste, él, ella, usted fue. Sorry. Nosotros, nosotras fuimos, ellos, ellas, ustedes fueron. The other irregular verb is estar. It means to be. This is a temporary state. Estar, like I am mad or I am sick, something that goes away. Yo estuve, tú estuviste, él, ella, usted estuvo, nosotros, nosotras estuvimos, él, ellos, ellas, ustedes estuvieron. Notice that in these kinds of verbs, there's no accent in the last vowel, okay? So, if you look at the agenda for today, you only have to watch this video, and I'm sorry that it has so many mistakes because I am not used to doing this. So I really apologize if I'm going too fast or if I'm going too slow. I'm sorry. So I would like for you, if you have something to write with, to take some notes, especially of the ending of the verbs. This little chart right here, that will help you a lot with the conjugations. For Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, you're going to be working on the website conjuguemos.com. And Friday, well, in the original calendar, Friday is supposed to be a holiday. So Dr. Wood said that he would honor that holiday. So I'm not assigning anything for that day. So hopefully you can enjoy that day. Okay, so going back to Conjuguemos, I'm going to click on the link and it'll take me to that page. Okay, so since I was working on it a while ago, I'm going to log out so I can show you this is what you are going to be looking at. So you have two choices, to sign up or to log in. Now, most of you have already worked with Conjuguemos. And if you remember that, then that means that you already have a username. More than likely, your username is your Google email address. Your password, I have reset all the passwords to this, Spanish 2. If this doesn't work, then you can click on sign up. Now, this is something important. You have to use my teacher code, which is right here, BMJYKV. So I'm going to pretend that I have never seen this. I have never worked with it, and I'm going to sign up as a student, okay? And I'm going to put my information here. Now, usually if you are putting a username, I would recommend that you use your email address, your Google email address as your username, okay? I'm not going to use it right now because then it will recognize that I am already here and it will not let me show you how to do it. So I'm going to use a generic username. Hopefully there's nobody with that name. And I'm going to use the password that I just showed you, Spanish 2. And then I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to type in the teacher code, which I already forgot, so I have to go back, BMJYKV. BMJYKV. And I click on continue. Oh, okay. So now it asks me to log in. And I'm going to put the same username and the same password. Usually I have to write them down because then I'll forget. Okay, This is where the majority were having problems when we started using this in the language lab, because the first thing we want to do is scroll down and work on any of these activities. However, none of these activities are the ones that I assigned for you, because you have to do one more step. You have to click in this button where it says Join Teacher/Class. So I click on it. Now, you already joined me as a teacher. You have to join the class. And you click on the drop-down arrow, and you're going to choose which class period are you on. So for now, I'm going to choose the first period because that's the first one. And I'm going to click on Update. Now I can see the first activity is the one that I'm assigning this week. It's on the agenda. It says Preterito ar ir. And I'm going to go back and check. Preterito ar ir. That's exactly the assignment for this week. I'm going to click on it. Now, there are 3 choices here. Graded practice, flashcards game. You will never, ever, ever start with graded practice. You start with the flashcards first. Now, you have 2 choices here. You can go here where it says charts printables. You can go to the conjugation chart, and you can see all the verbs that you're going to be working with. I know it looks like a lot, but there's 27 verbs, okay? Now, it looks like a lot because they have all the pronouns here listed. They did not group them together. And the good thing is that they organize the pronouns, singular pronouns on the left, plural pronouns on the right. But when you go into the flashcards, you have them grouped. Here, singular pronouns on the left, plural pronouns on the right, and they are grouped right here, okay? So once you are done with the flashcards, that's the assignment for tomorrow, Tuesday. Then you go into the games. Now the first 3 games, it's a multiplayer. You can play with any friend. I know that there are some students who used to love to play Verb Battleship. This is really, really fun. So enjoy Wednesday playing your verb games. And then on Thursday is where you go to the graded practice. Now the graded practice, I want you to go into settings, and you can show the verbs in English, you can show hints, and it's going to be all the verbs that you have studied with the flashcards. Yes, all the pronouns, because I already took out vosotros. You don't have to worry about that. And the tenses, it's only the preterite tense. You save the settings, and then you start the graded practice, okay? It shows you here how to add an accent. The tilde right here is where the quotation marks are at. So you would press Control, and then the tilde right there, the quotation marks. You can do the graded practice. You can try it as many times as you want. And then I will get the grade on my end, okay? And going back to the agenda, it says here on Tuesday, practice flashcards. Wednesday, play a game. And Thursday, complete the graded practice. Okay? You know that if you have any questions, if you are struggling with this, I am available all day long. Even until 7 or 8 at night, I'm still available. I'm still answering your emails. Okay? And that is it for this week. So enjoy this week. It is a short week. And we are going to be continuing with grammar for the next couple of weeks. So expect that. Okay? Have a great week, guys.